Hi everyone. Welcome to another vocab builder video. Our first word for today is awful. It's defined as very bad or unpleasant. For example, the place smelled awful. In other places, it means used to emphasize the extent of something, especially something unpleasant or negative. Consider this example: I've made an awful fool of myself. However, in a different situation, it means inspiring reverential wonder or fear. It is similar to awe-inspiring, awesome, impressive. Next up, assert. It means state a fact or belief confidently and forcefully. Consider this example: the company asserts that the cuts will not affect development. The next word is bearing. It means a person's way of standing or moving. Consider this example: a man of precise military bearing. In other places, it's defined as relation, relevance. For example, the case has no direct bearing on the issues. However, in a different situation, it means the level to which something bad can be tolerated. Consider this example: school was bad enough, but now it's past bearing. However, in a different situation, it's defined as a part of a machine that bears friction, especially between a rotating part and its housing. Moving on. However, in a different situation, it means the direction or position of something, or the direction of movement, relative to a fixed point. It is usually measured in degrees, typically with magnetic north as 0. Consider this example: the point is on a bearing of 0.15 degree. In other places, it means a device or charge. Consider this example: armorial bearings. In other places, it means a structural part that supports weight, such as a wall that supports a beam. Moving on. The next word is bar. It's defined as a long rod or rigid piece of wood, metal, or similar material, typically used as an obstruction, fastening, or weapon. For example, an iron bar. In other places, it's defined as a counter across which alcoholic drinks or refreshments are served. For example, standing at the bar. In other places, it means a barrier or restriction to an action or advance. For example, political differences are not necessarily a bar to a good relationship. In other places, it means a measure of music or the time of a piece of music. Consider this example: the opening bars of the first hymn. However, in a different situation, it's defined as a partition in a courtroom or legislative assembly, now usually notional, beyond which most people may not pass, and in court, at which an accused person stands. For example, the prisoner at the bar. However, in a different situation, it means the legal profession. Consider this example: his dismissal from the Singapore bar. Next up, appreciate. It means recognize the full worth of. Consider this example: she feels that he does not appreciate her. In other places, it's defined as understand a situation fully, recognize the full implications of. For example, they failed to appreciate the pressure he was under. However, in a different situation, it's defined as rise in value or price. For example, they expected the house to appreciate in value. Next up, convert. It means cause to change in form, character, or function. Consider this example: production processes that converted raw material into useful forms. However, in a different situation, it means change one's religious faith or other beliefs. Consider this example: at 16 he converted to Catholicism. However, in a different situation, it's defined as score from a penalty kick, pass, or other opportunity in a sport or game. Moving on. Up next, constitution. It's defined as a body of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is acknowledged to be governed. Consider this example: Britain lacks a codified constitution. In other places, it means the composition of something. For example, the genetic constitution of a species. In other places, it means a person's physical state with regard to vitality, health, and strength. Consider this example: pregnancy had weakened her constitution. Next up, comprehend. It means grasp mentally, understand. For example, he couldn't comprehend her reasons for marrying Lovat. However, in a different situation, it means include, comprise, or encompass. For example, a divine order comprehending all men. Up next, confine. It means keep or restrict someone or something within certain limits of space, scope, quantity, or time. Consider this example: he does not confine his message to politics. The next word is capacity. It means the maximum amount that something can contain. For example, the capacity of the freezer is 1.1 cubic feet. In other places, it's defined as the amount that something can produce. For example, the company aimed to double its electricity generating capacity. In other places, it means a specified role or position. Consider this example: I was engaged in a voluntary capacity. Next up, affected. It's defined as influenced or touched by an external factor. Consider this example: apply moist heat to the affected area. However, in a different situation, it's defined as artificial, pretentious, and designed to impress. For example, the gesture appeared both affected and stagey. In other places, it's defined as disposed or inclined in a specified way. For example, you might become differently affected toward him. The next word is breed. It's defined as of animals, mate and then produce offspring. Consider this example: toads are said to return to the pond of their birth to breed. Next up, betray. It means expose one's country, a group, or a person to danger by treacherously giving information to an enemy. Consider this example: a double agent who betrayed some 400 British and French agents to the Germans. In other places, it's defined as unintentionally reveal, be evidence of. For example, she drew a deep breath that betrayed her indignation. The next word is conviction. It means a formal declaration that someone is guilty of a criminal offense, made by the verdict of a jury or the decision of a judge in a court of law. For example, she had a previous conviction for a similar offense. In other places, it's defined as a firmly held belief or opinion. For example, she takes pride in stating her political convictions. The next word is contempt. It's defined as the feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn. For example, he showed his contempt for his job by doing it very badly. Up next, apprehend. It's defined as arrest someone for a crime. For example, a warrant was issued, but he has not been apprehended. However, in a different situation, it's defined as understand or perceive. For example, great art invites us to apprehend beauty. Up next, application. It means a formal request to an authority for something. Consider this example: an application for leave. In other places, it means the action of putting something into operation. For example, the application of general rules to particular cases. However, in a different situation, it's defined as the action of putting something on a surface. Consider this example: paints suitable for application on fabric. However, in a different situation, it means sustained effort, hard work. Consider this example. The job takes a great deal of patience and application. However, in a different situation, it means undefined. Consider this example, a database application. Up next, appropriate. It means suitable or proper in the circumstances. Consider this example, a measure appropriate to a wartime economy. Next up, arch. It means a curved symmetrical structure spanning an opening and typically supporting the weight of a bridge, roof, or wall above it. Other words that mean the same are archway, vault, span. The next word is attribute. It's defined as regard something as being caused by someone or something. For example, he attributed the firm's success to the efforts of the managing director. The next word is compute. It means calculate or reckon, a figure or amount. For example, we can compute the exact increase. Next up, contend. It means struggle to surmount a difficulty or danger. Consider this example. She had to contend with his uncertain temper. In other places, it's defined as assert something as a position in an argument. Consider this example. He contends that the judge was wrong. Up next, contest. It's defined as an event in which people compete for supremacy in a sport, activity, or particular quality. For example, a beauty contest. Next up, conception. It's defined as the action of conceiving a child, or of a child being conceived. For example, an unfertilized egg before conception. However, in a different situation, it means the forming or devising of a plan or idea. For example, the time between a product's conception and its launch. Up next, agitate. It means make someone troubled or nervous. Consider this example. The thought of questioning Toby agitated him extremely. If this video helped you, there are many more like it. Feel free to leave any questions or suggestions that you have in the comments section below.